Well, hello there, beautiful people. Um, what's going on here? Is that a sub? I'm so confused. What did that? Something appeared at the top there. How random. Boys, are you still muted?
No.
Oh, yeah, I'm still muted.
Both
Sorry.
of you were. Oh my God.
I wasn't.
It said Lenny. Oh, there it is. There it is. Just popped up. Lenny subscribed.
Lenny, thank you, mate. Appreciated as always right off the bat. It came through before the notification. It was so confusing.
The funny thing is I never saw that before. They had a banner go by and said 1 out of 10.
Yeah.
Lenny Boy started it. Usually they do it later when you're like closer to 10.
Never seen that before. That's a weird one.
Yeah.
Right, anyway. Weird. Anyway, this is the Extreme Gaming Podcast as always. Some changes are happening. Some more are happening later on. Episode 245, September the 12th. I'm Trev as always, and joining me on tonight's show is...
Great Gamer 25, and my E's are right. That's an inside joke. I just had to say that. It was like, for anybody that doesn't see what we're doing, as opposed to the podcast audio, we have a background of our new logo on there, but unfortunately you have to put it like either backwards or forwards into Discord, and then Discord then flips it around, and then when you record it and send it out, it flips it again, and it's like very bizarre.
We got E's everywhere.
So Matt and I got our E's right, and Trev has his E's backwards, but it's cool.
Well, actually,
it's always the Scots, isn't it?
We had a conversation for about 5 minutes before when I said multiple times, I see my E's as backwards, and the boys went, no, you're fine. That's the way you're supposed to see them.
Well, the weird thing is that
Mic
yours
drop.
and Matt's, I know yours and Matt's actually look totally correct in my camera. So how that got reversed, I'd give up.
It's the picture you sent me.
I blame everything on Discord from now on because that's usually what it is.
It's the picture you sent me. So who else is joining us on the show? I don't think Gray's let the poor boy in.
I, myself, me, Matt, also known as Irish Guardian. I don't think who I was then.
Oh, I just thought about that. Remember Batman, the open for the old Batman show? You could be Matman.
Where is he? One of you lovely boys do me the honours and get rid of Tiago from First Time Chatters. I do not have that access to.
My mod thing isn't.
Well, Matt do honours. He's there just to ban that
apparently
person.
Their account has been suspended, anyways.
Wow, it was quick. I haven't even done nothing.
Deactivated.
Wow, that was quick.
Really?
Yeah. I clicked on there and it goes, yeah, it's gone.
You get some spammers sometimes, boys. You get people coming in going, would you like us to do some work for you? No, we've got a Jansen. It's like the Hulk, but it's a non-Marvel version, so we don't get sacked. So we have a Jansen. We don't have a Hulk. We have a Jansen.
Yeah. And he turns two colors, green and purple.
Well, let's see now. Through the history of the Hulk,
circumstances.
The Hulk's been gray, green, blue.
Gray, green. Yeah.
What else?
Polka dots, pink. Oh, no pink Hulk.
Polka bot. That'd be a good one.
Polka dot Hulk. Right. Anyway, right, boys. We're massive tangents already, but I mean, I know it's par for the course. Hey, I'm going to start charging royalties for that saying, man. Like, there's like a patent on that, I think. Paperwork.
You stole it from whoever created it many years ago.
So as you see at the moment, we've got some these in the background, right? We hopefully for next week, and don't count on this one, for those that watch the video, the VOD or YouTube or whatever after, we are slowly but surely moving across, and we'll be even further forward next week. It's still some of the old logos and stuff, but that will be updated hopefully for next week when we properly move across to Riverside. Things are slowly but surely getting better. Gray's making some clips via AI, via Riverside that we're putting out there.
Let's tell the people
to the different locations
where the clips are appearing.
Yeah,
lately.
Yeah,
no, tell them where you've been posting them.
I've been posting them everywhere and anywhere. OnlyFans, OnlyFans / Extreme Gaming Podcast. No, we are putting them out in many places. I'll get to a second in a moment where they are. Cool. Gray's doing a number of them for us, and we just upload them on TikTok, on YouTube, on Twitch has the VOD anyway, Facebook. If I missed anything out, X,
yeah,
Twitter. Twitter X. And yeah, the most important thing though, if you haven't already, join our Discord, because that's the place to get all the latest gaming news as well as the other two podcasts that we do sometimes, which is Gray's one, GGR, Gray's Green Room, which is entertainment based. That is usually once a month. And there's a room in the Discord for that. And there's the Trekway, Star Trek related, and we do reviews and episodes and that as well. There's
that will be returning next month.
Yes, hopefully. Discord.gg/Extreme Gaming Podcast, or just search for it on the Googles and you'll find it and come in and say hello. But yeah, great. Do you want to? Let's not forget about the Twitch gaming stream. Most weeks we will do it certainly where we're all available. At least two of us. Wednesdays 7 p.m. BST. Just an extra Twitch stream that we'll have where you can come along, watch us online, or potentially join in and play the game that we're playing that week. It'll be a co-op game or multiplayer game together anyway. So, and any gaming or tech questions you have, that's another reason to join the Discord, because you can come in and between the three of us, we have at least half a brain cell on a good day. So you could just ask away and someone will know the answer to your question. Greg, do you want to tell people more about the river side of things? Give you a bit of the limelight in terms of what we've done, what we're planning to do ultimately, and when it'll happen.
I wanted to go back to the half a brain cell, because if you have half, Matt has half. Where does that leave me?
No, between us, no. I never said you had half and you had half. I said between the three of us, we have one half.
Oh, okay. Anyway, yes.
Mine's unknown.
We've said it before a couple of times in past podcasts. So we've moved to Riverside, which is a new platform. There's a bit of a learning curve. I'm learning new and cool things all the time. And of course, we have to make sure that the rest of us are trained up on everything too. So we've actually made some test recordings. You may or may not have noticed it and wondered why you got a notification in the middle of the night or whatever it was.
Sorry.
So we have done some of those, and the quality of what we do and the edits and the logos, which you see some of it here, is all slowly changing. So hopefully my next podcast, or at least the one after that, will be totally on Riverside, and you'll notice an immediate quality jump. If you happen to see our video from last podcast on YouTube, we had to pre-record that because the rest of us were busy that week, and you can automatically see the quality right there then right away. It's very apparent. So as much as we like Discord on the social side of things, it has a lot of issues when we start doing.
Sorry, you said the words "like" and Discord in the same sentence.
Well, I'm trying to be kind.
You missed the diss.
If I had to be not kind, then you'd be bleeping a lot of what I'm saying out.
What I mean by that, guys, is listen, we don't like Discord, but we don't like Discord for the video aspect. We are, or at least Gray and I are Nitro members. The server is on tier 3 Nitro, and yeah, you get some good stuff, but the audio and video quality, especially the video quality, is absolutely poo for what we pay, and we don't get it back. We're not happy with that. Why is your background back to front? But Jansen, blame Mr. Gray. He sent that to me, exact format. He didn't reverse it for me. And then, do you know what he said for 5 minutes before? I asked him 3 times. I said, "Does that look okay to you, mate?" And he went, "Yes, it's fine." So I went live.
So
you're talking about yourself.
So Jansen, that's another Discord weirdo thing. I was looking at it before we went on. His E's were fine, Matt's E's were fine, mine was fine, and we go on and it's not fine. I don't get it.
I'm also unique and special, and leave me alone.
Maybe it's just I give up after a while. It's just like whatever.
Yeah, hopefully next week we're moved across. I don't know if you heard any of that, Jansen. We'll hopefully moving across. We need to test a few more things. So yeah, we plan to do a lot more, guys. We're just build. It is a steep learning curve to know all the ins and outs of Riverside to get it done, and we have 5 ways to live stream this. By the way, 5 to all those things I mentioned before: TikTok, Facebook, and all that. TikTok's been a little bit funny, but we'll have at least 4 ready to go in the next week or 2. So we'll to get ourselves to a kind of wide reach of people. So watch this space.
It's going to be worldwide.
That's it. Can't get enough of us now. I took the liberties, boys, being a bit cheeky, of moving the hardware news to the top because it was kind of a big deal, even though it was obviously coming. And let's just get it out of the way.
It?
Yeah, I'm going to delete you. The Edward Norton red button's coming up.
Really big news, but for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, well, we're not surprised. There's going to be several rants throughout this, by the way, so may as well start with this one. PS5 Pro is official. Shock horror. I know. And it was a 9-minute video by Mark's. Is it Mark Cerny? Yeah, like the lead architect of the last couple of PlayStations. And I'm kind of sad it was 9 minutes because when he done PS4 Pro, in fact, even PS5, he spent a while talking about it. And see, for geeks like us, and I'm thinking especially myself and, say, Jansen in terms of the hardware side of things, I love hearing about this, the architecture of how they came to do what they're doing and how they got around this problem and that problem. And 9 minutes is very short. And then they showed what the picture looked like of the PlayStation, and it was what we showed last time. It wasn't a surprise. But then the sticker shock at the very end, before it fell off the screen, it comes up with, you can start pre-ordering it in September 26th for launch on, I want to say November 7th. $700, £700, €800. Now, pounds, last time I checked, someone wanted to do a quick currency conversion for me. $700 should be about £613 or something. They keep doing this, and I know it's a VAT thing, it's a tax thing. I don't really care about that. Even if you add in the tax, which should be less, but they're just greedy, Sony. So that is a lot of money.
Well, £700 sterling is $917 over here.
What about the reverse, the other way about?
Yeah. 533.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
See, that is a good price for a console. That's the usual price.
But Grave, do me a favor. Grave, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Do add a 20% onto that. What's 20% of that figure? What is it? 533? You said
about another 100 or so. So it'd be like 650 maybe.
Yeah. So there you go. So you add on the VAT because Sony would lose that. That goes to the government. That's fine. But then they're still charging 50 quid more. So this is the greed thing. It's disgusting. It used to be way less for us because the pound, in a conversion sense, was better. I'm not saying it's a better currency. In terms of conversion, it was better. And then the poor Europeans, €800.
Yeah.
The kicker is,
I won't buy that in my hometown. No,
I didn't know that about the euros. That's awful.
Yeah, it's even worse. The euro is worth less. It's not a bad currency. It's just worth a bit less than the dollar and the pound. You would think, okay, that's a lot of money. That's at the high end. Surely that includes the disc drive as well. No. It's the digital only edition. If you want the disc drive, it is $80 for the disc drive and £100 for the disc drive. We've went up the way. We've superseded it. I mean, someone at Sony needs to learn how to count. I could teach them. Free lessons. Like, I use dumb as hell. Hi, Katrin. Did she put a comment in? Did I? Yep. What?
Well, if you click on the users in chat, she's there.
Oh, you called her out. She might have wanted to view and quiet, and you called her out.
Like a ninja.
No. Oh no, I'm gonna have to go back and say hi.
She's going so busy spying for MI6.
Unsay that. Hello. Unsay it.
Okay, watch. I go here. I'll solve it with the next tests. How's that?
Hi, Captain. So it's kind of disgusting that side of it. We thought when it was going to come out, we thought the price would be probably 600 without the disc drive, maybe 650 at a push when they said that. And then if you want the little stand to stand up vertically, I think it can stand vertically without it, but it's a bit wobbly. It's another £25 or whatever, $30. And I'm like,
for a hunk of plastic.
So what are we up to? We're up to £825. And okay, this thing is a lot more powerful, boys. It is up to 40% more powerful. Yeah, like in terms of graphics.
Which bits are more?
So
they changed the
graphics card is a lot bigger. The downside is that the CPU hasn't changed, and that's down to the fact that it's got to be compatible games between the standard edition and the Pro edition, and that's why they tend to not change it. Although you'll get a 10% boost in the CPU with a 1% sacrifice of the GPU. I think I would rather take that. And it kind of leads into this kind of stealing a little bit of a point later on. Even with this more powerful machine, because Xbox won't come with a more powerful machine, they'll just go out for their next gen in a couple of years' time. With this more powerful Pro, GTA 6, they're saying heavily rumored, it still won't be able to handle 60 FPS even on the Pro. And I'm like, and that's down to the CPU, boys. That's not the GPU, because it'll be CPU bound. So you might get 60 FPS mode, but it'll be on performance. And the whole point of this Pro model was you shouldn't have to pick between performance and quality. We're going to give you both. But here's a big, massive asterisk that takes up the whole corner of your screen.
I had a quick question. Trev, what was the price of the PS5 before the Pro?
In the UK, it's about 450, 430, something like that, mate.
Yeah, the reason I was saying that is because I was guessing 500, and then I added 40%, and guess what? That's 700.
It's 440. It's 440, mate, for the disc edition in the UK. So
they're just taking the disc out of it.
Yeah.
To me, what they did is they went, we're 40% better, charge them 40% more.
It's sheer and utter greed, but the thing is, they'll get away with it because it's like the PS4 Pro. It's not their core. It's like 1 out of every 4 or 5 consoles at best will be the Pro. Now, I'm angry at it. I'm still going to buy it because I am an enthusiast. I'm on the bleeding edge. It's just it's just greed. Was Catherine saying that Xbox is cooked if they come up with another console with proprietary expansion storage? Yeah, I touched on this before, Catherine. You're spot on. The drives, the external. Well, I was talking about this last week. I don't know if you've seen, or 2 weeks ago. This is what you get in the PS5 Pro, an M.2 stick. And it's generic. As long as it's of a certain speed and spec, the PS5 will take it. But the Xbox, you need a proprietary, at least it was with Seagate. Only they were allowed to sell it. So the drives were really expensive. I think you get a choice of 2 or 3 now. They're still more costly than the PlayStation. The other thing about the Pro, though, they're trying to sweeten it. So it looks a little bit different. It's very similar in size and dimension without the disk drive. But on top of that, we'll have a 2 terabyte internal drive. That softens the blow slightly, but not enough for me. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Yeah. I could still put this in to give me 3, because I think selling a 1 terabyte drive, boys, I don't think I'm going to get a lot for this, but I will probably put a pre-order in for an attempt to get one, because like I say, I'm an enthusiast. It doesn't mean I have to be happy about it. I can buy it and complain, can't I? At the same time.
True.
Can't they sell like a version that's stripped down? In other words, take off the white case.
Oh, the slim style.
Just have a bare components and everything, like,
like a Raspberry Pi.
Like that.
Yeah.
just the motherboard with the chips and stuff in it, and a big like blower or fan on it. Yeah, keep it cool. Yeah,
that's the important stuff that gets you to be doing what you need to do, and the rest of it can be tossed in the garbage.
Yeah.
I'll give you for instance, even though I'm being funny. I'll give you for instance. Remember when they used to sell? I don't know if they still do, but they used to sell bare bones PC parts.
Yeah.
So in other words, they would always make a big deal going bare bones. We're just going to give you this and this, and you'll still be able to do whatever. And I'm like, yeah. So now I want a bare bones version of the PS5 Pro. I don't want to pay that price.
That would be in an ideal world. Well, it is a little bit bare bones. It doesn't come with a bloody disk drive, so they've made that.
It's bad enough they don't come with a stand, but then they're going to screw you on a drive, but they're going to screw you on a piece of plastic stand. Come on.
Yeah, that's tight. That because they include
just 3D print your own.
They do include the stand in the standard edition, or they did with the base model. I don't think they do the other one. Which Jansen, I used to buy a load of bare bone systems. Good way to save money. Yeah, like same, and then just add the bits to it you want. That's why we like building our own PCs, Jansen. It's enjoyable and you save money. 100%.
We should be able to build our own PS5 Pros.
Oh, that would be cool. Can you imagine?
From the old, we could get the the CD drives from the old PS5s and then stick that into the new ones. I mean,
technically, if I stick an external CD drive on my computer and then grab a controller, I got a PS5. Yeah. Or it's actually better than PS5.
If only. See, the external drive, Blu-ray drive, it's got this kind of license thing that marries with the system. So once you've got to attach it to your system and connect it to the internet once so that it registers that drive against your machine, and then you can disconnect from the internet. I mean, I don't like it, but it's the way it is. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I'll probably will get this because like a couple of little bits of information on it. So I did say to you it was a good 45% faster. It's boosted in advanced ray tracing. It's got a lot more ray tracing capabilities. And here's the cool thing before that I forgot the acronym for: AI-driven upscaling. So similar to DLSS, FSR, whatnot. This is PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution, or PSR for short.
That's a good. I like that one.
It's not mine. I can't take credit for that. PSR.
I like that. That's
PSR.
What do you got in your box there? I got a pisser. What?
Yeah. They said that. I think it was one of the boys in Digital Foundry that came up with that, and the John, the head honcho, went, "No, we can't use that, but so we'll use it instead." Then this is their own version of it using AMD technology, and it is pretty good. So what they're aiming with this is 4K 60 should be the standard, and it's hilarious. I know, all laughing in the background. It should have been the standard when the original console came out, but it wasn't. It should be the standard going forward. You should then have more of an opportunity to do 4K 120 on performance mode, and then they say 8K will be possible. Now this is hilarious because they said that with the original console, right? And then a few months ago they took 8K off the boxes because they knew they were a laughing stock. It can't handle 8K. No one will say what FPS it'll run at. If it's more than 1 FPS, we're on to a winner, boys. I reckon what it'll be is 8K 30 FPS for select titles like that are not too fast moving, and you might struggle. Catherine, judging by the PS5 Pro ray tracing, do you think AMD is hiding great GPUs from us PC gamers? No, I don't think they're doing that. I think what they're doing, though, in my opinion, because the best AMD GPUs, CPUs, same with Intel as well, will always be available with PC gamers and the server market, but they will do customized models all the time for the console people, Catherine. So the chips they use, the chips that Xbox use, will always be heavily customized. Look at the rumored Switch 2. It's supposed to use an older chip yet again, but customized with some DLSS components, like a hybrid Frankenstein chip. So they will bend over backwards because they make a lot of money from Sony and Microsoft. So I don't think they keep the good stuff. This pisser that we're telling about, the acronym, that is Sony in-house using AMD technology. So credit where credit's due. There will be Game Boost available, which has been available for a couple of consoles now. So if there's not a PS5 Pro patch out, it will have a standard boost on... it won't necessarily boost you from 30 to 60. That's not a default thing. That has to be a patch. I think it'll be a solid 30 or a solid 60. That's usually how boost works on Xbox anyway. And several games, first-party titles, will have a patch day one. God of War Ragnarok was not on that list, Gray. Really surprised by that, mate. Really surprised. God of War Ragnarok was not on the patch list for day one. The rest of them were. It will have the usual things like VRR and Wi-Fi 7. Wi-Fi 7 kind of helps alleviate the issues if you've got the right router for it. You don't need the disk drive. You can download everything off the store really quickly in theory. So yeah, I'm not happy.
There's a lot of people supporting Wi-Fi 7 though.
People? What do you mean?
You're like internet service providers.
Oh, aye, right. So they are starting to bring them out now. Like I'm with EE and they're bringing out their Wi-Fi 7 router, but you pay extra for it. Of course you do. To be fair, if you have Wi-Fi 6, is it 6E above?
Yeah, 6E.
You're fine. You're fine.
And that's just come out, hasn't it? So
you're fast enough.
It'll be fast enough. It's not. The thing is, right? They always quote speeds of it's 5 or 6 gigabits a second. I'm like, to quote a line from Gray in Back to the Future, hello, McFly, no ISP can transfer their data at that speed to you yet. It's all about the quality inside the home and how many devices can go to, how many feet of wallet could go through, and how good the connection is. As long as it's a gigabit, I'm happy. I don't really care. So
I know how you can save the $700 real easy. You just make all the PlayStation games non-exclusive, port them to PC, and just forget about them.
They would probably make the same amount of money, if not a little bit more.
You don't need the hardware. I mean,
yeah.
It's so much like a computer now as it is. So,
This is true. So yeah, boys, we'll get off that before I will get. I think I was doing okay in ranting there. We will rant more in a minute. And for people that tune in for the video podcast of the VOD or live, you get bonus content like Coco the clown. Gray's dog, Coco. Hi. Well, you did give your dog a clown's name, man. Come on.
The dog doesn't have a red nose. Not that I know of.
Not yet.
Yeah. So
coming up.
PS5 Pro out November 7th. You can pre-order in the 26th.
Pre-order or pre-order? Pisser order?
Pisser order
it right now.
But I will attempt to get one, of course. It will be hard.
Hold your pisser as soon as you can.
Oh, I will, boys. Oh, I will.
And when you say you're going to attempt to get one, that means the first day you're going to be like jamming it to get the price in. And
what were you jamming there? You sure that was the mouse?
You're going to be spamming the button to pay for the unit first day?
Yep, that's the plan. That is a plan. It'll still sell out.
Video of us? Can you send a video to us of you just going like this? Click,
I am not.
Click, and going, oh, dude,
I'm not sending a video to you of me trying to hammer it. No way. That's personal and private. No chance.
He does it live.
Fingers crossed, my boys. Right, we'll move on. We all played a little game last night.
One thing before we move on.
42.
With the PS5 Pro, what do you get with it?
Nothing.
Is it going to be the bog standard one controller or?
Yeah, so you do. It comes pre-bought. It comes
bundles.
Built in with Astro's Playroom, which was on the PS5 Pro default model, not the new Astro game that just came out, which is contender for Game of the Year, by the way, boys. It looks so much fun. I will buy that when it comes down in price. Just looks like a really fun platformer.
They're basically not doing you any favors by giving you like almost nothing.
They should have thrown in the better Astro, the one that just came out. Yeah, that would have helped. The 2 terabyte SSD that we discussed, Matt. There was rumors of a more improved DualSense controller, like closer to the Edge controller, the premium controller they've got for pros, because it is a Pro. Come on, guys, put in the Pro stuff. But no, it's the standard.
On it. Yeah,
it's the standard. I'm afraid, man. No black edition either, like we watched in which we seen in the leaked pictures. That would have been cool. So it just looks a bit different, mate. It's bog standard. It's sad. It's disappointing, but.
Well, let's hope they fix the port issues that they had with the last one.
Port issues?
With HDMIs. Yeah, they had issues with a lot of HDMI ports being very loose.
Oh, yeah, so they did. Yeah. That was a thing at the very, very start, wasn't it? Yeah.
That kept me busy. Yeah.
So PS5 Pro peoples. The game we played last night, we've been meaning to do it for a week or two, but we all got around and played it together, and we all have different mixed emotions on it. Other people liked it more than others. Other people, as in me, disliked it more than others. And that was Deadlock. That game, Valve teased it for a while. It was NDA. But then Gray invited me, and then Matt was invited, and then Jansen was invited. But Jansen doesn't play video games anymore, people. So God knows if he played it anymore. Who knows?
He just looks at them.
He just looks at them and pretty. That's all he does, because he's got a really powerful PC. He loads it up and he's, that's so pretty. I don't have time to play video games, and he turns it off because he's had his fix of shininess, goodness.
He uses it as a very expensive nightlight.
Yeah.
This is probably how he gets the ladies. He just cranks this up and goes, look at my beast of a PC. Oh, okay, I'm turning it off now. Bye-bye. Deadlock. So it's not early access. I think it's like an alpha. I don't even think it's beta. It's alpha. Beta. I think it's alpha more than anything else, but it's really polished. It's like a hero shooter game is the best way I describe it. I'll let Matt you want to give me your opinion on it, mate? What did you think of it? You played it for longer than I did.
Yeah, it was fun to play. I mean, I had no idea what the heck I was doing, what I was choosing out of these skill-looking weird nonsense. There's a lot of characters which look pretty awesome. Great actors that did the voices. I think I love that. I think some of the matches went on for way too long.
Oh yeah,
and a lot. There was like was it like? It wasn't a level playground. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'd go off and start shooting somebody, and they'll just one shoot me with some weird nonsense that they have, and I'm just there with my tail between my teeth because it fell off, so I had to carry it somewhere. Yeah, but it is fun. I did have quite a good laugh with it, and yeah, I met a few strange characters that were telling me to follow them and all that stuff. So yeah, it was quite fun.
Great.
I same as Matt. I liked it. I don't usually like these games. Let me start off with that. Yeah. I played Overwatch and I did enjoy Overwatch, but it got old really, really fast. And yeah, I kept on getting killed like instantly all the time, and I was getting really tired of that. In this game, even though it's similar, I feel like I have a little bit better chance for several reasons. But one reason is they have something like 20 characters, so I can pick something now that I know I could be a little bit better at. So I picked the sniper character, so I really enjoyed playing her, and that was a lot of fun. Polished, yeah, definitely polished. This thing had no issues running. I don't think it ever burped at all during the play that we did. I mean, it was just pretty solid. It's got some different things in it, even though it might look a little Overwatch / Fortnite looking kind of. Yeah. It has when you start the game, I think I had mentioned this last week or the week before, you have 4 different cables, almost like a cable car. But you have 4 different cables that you can fly to your destination to start the battle. But each one drops you at a different position. And I was cracking up because I didn't know which one. I just kept on trying different ones. And some of them drop you smack dab in the middle of the firefight. And if you're not ready and your character's not leveled up, you might as well just, kiss your, goodbye, because you're done. The leveling that Matt was talking about, that's true, because I know that the guys, some of the people that were in the game have been playing it probably from day one. Mm-hmm. And there's 120,000 people, I think, playing it now. And again, it's still alpha, beta, whatever. But these guys would come in, and I kept on calling him Shredder. It didn't matter who it was. I just called him Shredder because they kept shredding me. I'd come down and I was screaming, going, "Don't shred me, bro! Don't shred me!"
I kept thinking of Turtle. Every time you said it, I'm thinking of Turtles. Shredder, the bad guy from that. I've got this image of this guy chasing Gray around the map with these big shredder things trying to kill everyone. I think he's just talking about,
I look like that.
In any game he was in, any match, there was always a shredder. So I quickly realised it's just the beast of that map, the top player that's coming after him and killing him over and over again.
Yeah, I think the worst.
They got Bebop in there.
When we got involved in some matches where there was 2 or 3 shredders in the game, I was like, "Whoa, okay, this isn't making it." And then the matches that we had the most fun was when there was only one shredder character or no shredder character, and we felt like we were more evenly matched with everybody.
Yes.
There was one thing. There was a feature that before you guys joined me. That I did kind of like. It had a couple of different matches that you could do where you versus the computer, so to speak. You're the only human running their character, and it's a battle after these bots of various strengths and stuff. And I really like that a lot because I was able to actually have more fun messing with my secret powers or whatever they called it, and everything that. And it just was nice to have something different. Whereas when some of these games like Fortnite and Overwatch, they don't have that. Once they train you, or if you want to call it that, you're done. It's PvP. You have no choice to do anything. But here you can actually do some PvE things that are kind of cool. I think the learning curve, I guess, will take a little bit with that, like with anything else. I mean, what did you guys think about the upgrading? There's a lot of upgrades, man.
It was overwhelming. Overwhelming?
Yeah.
I would say.
I think they were aiming for builds. It's kind of like when I played Division 2 and a couple other games. If you're build minded, then you go for certain. And I think that's why the Shredder characters were so good. because some people are just really good at builds, and they just sit there and do the math and figure out, all right, well, if this character works better with this, talent and this talent and that talent, and then they just put together a killer build. And that's cool for people to like that.
It was too much.
But that also gives you the unfair advantage, like Matt said. So if you're good at builds, then you're just going to wipe everybody off the map, which in turn means you're not going to have as much fun. So
my big beef was those two played it for longer than me. I've played it for like an hour and a half. And I'm not awful at FPS shooter games, but nor am I an absolute king as well. I might say, yeah, Jansen before, his machine checks emails real good, real quick, he says here, which is hilarious. Katrin, seems like you guys never play MOBA games before, like
that's true. For me.
Legends or Dota 2. No, I know they're very popular game. I know they're really popular, but it's kind of a mix of like MOBA and like an FPS game, kind of Overwatch. It's got 2 or 3 kind of genres mixed in, I would say. For me though, right, I'm in the middle with FPS type games. I'm not awful. I'm just okay if I really work at it. I was getting absolutely hammered. I struggled to even get a kill. And it's an obvious problem there that there's no leveling at all. Now, I know this is alpha. I get it. But I'm going in and I'm getting shredded. There you go. Shredded. The shredder's there again. Yeah. I'm getting shredded left, right, and center. And I'm like, no, I'm not this bad. I know I'm not this bad. I managed to get a few kills my whole time playing it. And I'm like, they need to have some sort of basic leveling in it or matchmaking so that the levels are kind of roughly about the same, so you can build up. Now, if you keep doing this for long enough, sure, you'll get better and you'll turn into one of these fellow shredders. But it's not the way to do it. And I get frustrated. I'm like, I don't like this type of game anyway. And I'm trying to think, why is this so popular at the moment? And I thought of 1 or 2 reasons. One, it's Valve, and they don't make games often. And when they do, it brings a lot of attention to everyone, doesn't it? Plus, it was shrouded in mystery for a while, and you had to get invites. It's NDA, so everyone was curious. Plus, it's the genre type of game. It's like a hero shooter, mobile, FPS type game, which people like, although Concord fell in its arse completely. So maybe I'm contradicting myself because it's got similarities. Yeah. It's got your heroes in it. It's a hero shooter type game as well. So I don't know. You boys played it probably longer than me. I played it for an hour and a half.
Altogether.
Yeah.
I played like 3 hours altogether.
It's impressive.
It took me that time just to notice that I wasn't killing any players. I was just killing the bot things that were with them.
It's literally right. See when you're trying to kill the players, right? Like, I think count for. I say this about half of all 3 of us. When you're trying to kill them, you're plowing into them. You're trying to use cover and you're ducking and diving, and you're barely your specials. You're barely taking anything off them, and they just plow you for a few seconds.
They do.
And you're dead. I'm like, there's the leveling,
weird.
The lack of leveling, man. Come on, really?
Yeah, we're dealing with like half a life meter, and they have like 2 solid life meters. Like, we won't be killing them.
These are the sweaty players. These are the guys that like the 11-year-olds that play COD constantly, and just that puts me off, man. I'm not a fan of that. Teach your own. Catherine's saying the game is all about farming and buying and leveling fast. Yes. Otherwise, you are screwed. That's MOBA, but from a first-person shooter point of view, it also relies heavily on your team and the roles. Yeah, very much a team game, and the 3 of us were not playing very well as a team, I must admit. We were just
playing with a team.
Guys. No, like us together, like and within our team, the team within the team, because we weren't like talking to each other much about, let's go here, let's go there. We're just trying to save ourselves from getting killed all the time.
Because he'd been dying.
Yeah,
to be fair,
and being in the shop as well for too long.
It was great. You've seen all the shiny things and buying them.
Bloody shop, yeah.
In fact, I was cracking up because I guess as a team, I'm not even sure how this works, but since the 3 of us were in a team of sorts, I'm sitting there at the store buying stuff, and all of a sudden there's more the soul you spend souls to buy stuff, and my souls keep going up while I'm in the store, and I'm going like, oh, this is great, and I just keep buying.
Yeah,
I noticed.
And the other 2 guys are going, where are you?
Because you pick. That's what you pick. You pick 3 characters at the start. And I still, despite Gray's instruction,
well.
I couldn't switch between them despite the instructions the boys were giving me. But you get 3 of them, you can switch between them for different skills, different weapons, and all that kind of stuff. But the build and the loadout is actually overwhelming. It was too much for me because there's so many things to do. Yeah. And yes, you have your bot, you have your little minions, not your other 2 characters. You have your little minions like AI bot things, which are an insult to the term AI. They're really, really, really bad. But it helps you get the souls. You know, you get the souls, and that's how you upgrade things. And it was smooth. I must admit that it was pretty smooth.
It was, yeah.
High FPS. It looked polished. I just wonder why it's probably still going to be a while before it comes out if it's as good as it is. I don't know when.
And there was only 1 map, so there's probably going to be. Or if they're not going to do many maps, they're going to do kind of like Fortnite, where you play 1 map for a month or 2, and then they change it. Every month or 2. I think that's probably what they're going to do, because I don't think they're going to make too many different maps right at the outset.
No. Get things polished and make their way and work their way up slowly but surely.
DLC.
I mean, if they keep the PvE aspect that I played with, I wouldn't mind jumping into the game, having some fun for 30 minutes, an hour and a half, or whatever.
You could do that as a group as well. So
exactly. So that's probably more up our alley. So I'm hoping that in the beta they don't get rid of it, and so when it comes out for real, there's no more PvE. If they keep the PvE, because there's a lot of people out there that would like to play PvE, but they never seem to cater to some of us.
What do you mean PvE, mate? Because it's got other players on it, regardless of what you do. What would you mean?
No, what I mean by PvP,
it's more like co-op,
purely player versus player. I mean, in the strictest sense, but PvE, there's a mode where you can play yourself or as a team, I believe.
Oh, is there? I didn't know that.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, you fight against the bots. So all these bots are running all over the place of different strengths, and you fight them. And I thought that was cool because I hadn't seen Fortnite and the others. They don't have that kind of thing.
But the bots were so easy to kill, mate. Even they were really easy to kill when we were.
That's the whole point.
Yeah, well, that was the only time we were having fun, and I thought when we were killing the bots that counted as your kills, and then I look at my kills and it says 0, and I'm like, what? Because we couldn't kill the shredders and the.
If they're too easy, mate, it's not. I thought maybe when you were playing that PvE mode before Matt and I joined you that they were more challenging, or you could change the difficulty. But if they're as easy as they were when we were all playing together, it's not fun because it's so easy to kill a bunch of them in one go.
Yeah, the levels do vary in the PvE area. Yeah, they're not just one.
Yeah, you can set easy, medium, hard, which I also have not seen on a lot of these games. They don't have that. It's one thing and that's it. So to actually be able to adjust your level, is cool. So there's definitely some good things about it. I when it comes out for real, I'll definitely probably jump in, and if they retain the PvE aspect, then at least I think the 3 of us could have some fun with that one and not get shredded all the time. Whatever.
It's technically, I just confirmed that there is an alpha at the moment. Rumors, there isn't a release date, but rumors are suggesting a full release 2025, which if it's out by the end of next year, that's good. That's impressive. And it's a very good state for an alpha. Wow. Like that's up there.
Nice. It's clean.
It's up there with Enshrouded, if not better, because Enshrouded came out as a beta, I think. But this to come out as an alpha in that state, wow, impressive. I'm probably done with it, boys. I generally did not enjoy that in the slightest. But I told the boys to carry on playing it. And I just played Destiny instead. Like I was having fun with that. They were still having their fun. It's not my cup. I've never played games like that, Dota and Overwatch, and I would rather rinse my eyeballs out with bleach. I generally would than play that. No, leave PlayStation Super sampling alone, please. Thank you. Right, okay. So if you want to play this, you need to be invited still technically at the moment. And the boys and I will only charge you £10 per invite. Just send your email to. I'm not joking. It's easy to get an invite. It really is. Right, Mr. Gray, you have some gaming news you would like to tell the peoples.
Yep. Space Marine came out a couple of days ago. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but I am going to because I haven't played a Warhammer game in quite a while. And I always used to like the Space Marines the best, I think, of the bunch anyway. But just to give you a quickie, for instance, it came out on the 9th of September.
Give us a quickie.
It's very positive, 42,000, over 42,000, very positive on Steam. So that's awfully good. And then if you look across the board at some of the other critics, it kind of varies. Some are giving it 7s out of 10, 8 out of 10. Some a little higher. I think if you're a Warhammer fan, it's probably going to be very good for you. But when we do play it, whether it be me or the rest of the guys here, we'll definitely report back. But I'm impressed that it's got that many positive reviews in only a couple days. I mean, it hasn't been out for more than what's the 3 days?
3 days, yeah.
3 days, and they got 42,000 positive. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it looks better than the previous one that they had. What was the Warhammer game that we tried a while back? This one seems a lot better. It seems more graphically beautiful. It seems like it has more of a storyline, more things that you can do. From what I've seen so far,
I always like the older ones. I had more of a storyline and stuff. And
yeah,
but the Warhammer license it trademark out to different things. Like, what was it, the War series that they do? I can't remember now. Total War.
Yeah.
So Total War did a Warhammer version of that because they asked for a license, and they got it, and they made the game. And I didn't play it, but I heard it was very good. So and then we might still see Warhammer television from Henry Cavill, but that's been going awfully slow.
No, we definitely will, mate. They said that would probably be 2-3 years before you saw anything. That was said at the start, so that it will come. It will take. They're planning the whole universe from day one, ground up. So it will take a while, man. Plus, he's a busy man doing his Wolverine cameo. Sorry, spoiler alert. Yeah, if you haven't seen it by now, you're not a fan, are you?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
if you haven't seen it, if you haven't heard by now, like, come on, he does pop up. He pops up as a cameo in the Wolverine Deadpool movie, and he was phenomenal as that. He looked brilliant. I was like, yes.
It's funny. I read a story because when you see the cameo, he has a cigar in his mouth, and he said that he had an actual cigar in his mouth to do the scene,
and he was ill with it.
When he was done with the scene, he was like practically puking because of the cigar,
smoking it all day. Yeah, actually, boys,
a cigar that long.
That reminds me, right? It is one of our famous tangents come up here, and I won't take too much of our time with this. I'm trying to come home tonight from work, right? And I normally go through the front door, but I was buying something from the shop, so I go through the back door as well. Get your mind out the gutters. And I struggled to get into the I struggled to get to the back end because it was all blocked off. It just keeps getting worse, these euphemisms, they really do. They're filming a movie at the back there. So they were setting up gallows and stuff for like medieval hangings, and it's set in a couple of different locations. But I thought I could get in another alleyway to get home, and they blocked that off. They blocked my back door off as well. And I'm like, come on, guys, I was told I could get in. And they're filming, it's called Prodigal Father for Netflix. It's basically a Frankenstein movie. And it's your man Del Toro. I didn't see him today. I was looking out for him. I was looking for your man Del Toro, and he's directing it. Oh, I would have for sure. But the thing is, I thought I could get into the door easy because they weren't filming there. They were filming beside, but they have to have out their equipment and cameras and the space for the extras to sit and drink their coffee and tea and chill out and makeup and all that. Yeah. So that was taking up the other part of the square. So I literally had to get a VIP escort through the close to my door. And then I couldn't get my door. It was blocked off. And I went, can I get home, please? And they're like, okay, let you in. And I'm like, I'm looking, but you see the I think he was an assistant director, literally sitting on there with his screen in front of him looking, and I'm going in and out going, what can I see? What can I see? Spoiler. And you see all these extras, all these medieval guys with top hats on and big beards and big sideburns, and the ladies with massive Mary Poppins-esque dresses on.
Growing a beard.
Well, there you go. Should I said no?
Let me buy a ticket to Edinburgh.
I did apply for it, people. I did apply for it. Many people did. I didn't get in, but I'm kind of gutted because that would have been cool to be an extra in that. Have no clue when it's coming out, but it's literally for 2 days. There's trucks everywhere, Netflix trucks everywhere. It's what happens when you live in Edinburgh
Put
or
a kettle
London.
on, put a bit of food on, leave your door open, waft that food out.
Oh, I like your thinking, mate. I like
Get in
it.
there.
They get fed though,
Yeah.
and it's actually pretty
Just
good food.
just have a sign and say we'll
Just make a
extra for
badge
food.
and then just go. And then
I wish
just
that
slide around.
I wished I had a window overlooking the square, right? Because then I could just stand up there, like, and in the morning, have my cup of coffee, wearing absolutely nothing, bollocks naked, stand there, be like, "Hi." You're going to have to you're going to have to erase this in post now. You realize that. You're welcome.
That's what everybody does when you see all this.
Give me a job or else I'll
shots.
start swinging.
You see all the really cool camera shots on Twitter. That's what they do. They're on their balconies like you.
Yeah.
And they're sitting there shooting like telephoto lens. Oh, look.
Yeah. But I don't think the camera would be pointing up there, to be fair. But just a little tangent. And I thought that was cool that I will try and get involved in more of these extras so that we can take it to GGR and discuss it. Sorry, Gray, I interrupted the rest of your news there. Carry on, mate.
I'm good with it. There's a new game coming out. I told the boys to take a look at this video. The game is going to be called For the Stars, and it's a science fiction game. But I was interested in what they were talking about the game. They said it's basically a sci-fi survival / some 4X elements in the game, kind of like all combined into one. The obvious thing came out right away because everybody's going like, yeah, well, another No Man's Sky, and they said, we want you to feel. They said that they want you to feel like you're a scientist. They want you to be able to explore a universe. They said they want you
to boldly go
to learn and discover new things. All the time wherever you're going. There's the build mechanics. I guess are going to be similar to some 4Xs, etc. But it's going to be a massive multiplayer sandbox type of experience. And from what little bit I've read about it and seen about it and looked at the clip, if it looks as good as I see in some pictures and what they say, I definitely would like to at least give it a shot and see what it's like.
How much? Early access, full release, that kind of good stuff?
No, nothing yet.
No news yet.
You can get on the wish list with Steam, but they haven't made a real announcement on anything early. I'm going to try to see if I can contact the developer and see whether if we can get a key for it.
Anyway, what I was saying is we used to get keys, but we wouldn't get keys we'd only get keys for like indie things, the small things, because listen, we are proud of this podcast and we do well, and certainly in the UK we're one of the top rated gaming podcasts. We get hundreds of downloads every week, but really you need to start being I like to call it a Billy Big Balls, and be like thousands of downloads before you get like keys from the top AAA or even the quadruple A developers out there. Ubisoft,
5A.
Well, that's coming next. That's when Ubisoft go down the pan. That's when they go into administration and come back. Then they'll do a quadruple 5A game, whatever that's called, and come back.
Despite that, and that's true what you said. But despite that, I'm still going to try it.
No, please try. But great,
it's worth just
do me a favor. Sorry, Matt. Do it from our email address. You have to start putting your correspondence through that.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it from
your art one
email address.
Yeah, no. I mean,
if we can do like an interview with them as well, that'd be quite good.
That's always if you don't reach out, like we're already speaking to a couple of different people about things that we can do in the podcast, like sponsors and angles and stuff like that, because people know that gaming podcasts are really popular and they want to get in. And if it's something we like, we'll probably discuss it and talk about it on the show. Try it, Gray. Why not, man? Like, where's the harm?
Yeah.
Honestly, where's the harm?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good. We'll definitely give it a shot.
Yeah, the game looks nice.
My last little story I want to hold off because Matt's going to be talking about this, and then I can chime in with that story.
All right. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Go for it, Matt.
But I just want to say, For the Stars, it does look really nice. The build that they shown on their development video, I was looking at another couple as well, features that they were doing. It does look really well. It doesn't seem like it's going to be like one of those massive, huge universes, where you have like Elite Dangerous. that type of thing. It looks like it might be a bit smaller than that, maybe.
Yeah.
But what they have in there, it looks really nice. What they have, I am interested in. Yeah, I'll definitely have a look at that when it comes out.
Depends on the price.
Yeah.
It does depend on the price.
It does.
They take it. They don't say a price. Sometimes they say a price in advance. They take it. There's no price.
No price. No.
Yeah, they're not.
And will it be early access? No. Will it be 1.0 release? Did they say that either? No. Oh, God.
Nope. Haven't said a word.
No. Just the way,
developments. Snail Games is making this, and if you haven't heard of them before, they do Ark Survival.
Yes.
Which is
very
popular.
Snail Games, really?
Yeah.
Is that not? I thought that was Atlas or somebody like that. Okay.
Yeah. So, and that's been very popular. So there's
but it's janky as hell. Great, it's janky as hell, mate. Oh no,
Ark is terrible, and there's quite a lot of
it's
holes in their graphics.
Very unoptimized, boys. It's very unoptimized.
So.
I hope that's not the case this time, man.
Yeah, I mean, this looks way too polished for what they're showing against what they've done so far.
Right. I'm thinking that this might be their first foray into really doing a real game, so to speak. Or
if the quality is like that is coming out, then it's going to be quite interesting. It'll probably put up there with the rest, with Elite and Starters, and maybe.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, janky or not, though, the game has done well on the Ark Survival one.
So, you should see the Unreal Engine 5 version of it. I've still to play it. I've got it. It looks stunning. Yeah, but the thing is, it's because it's janky and unoptimized, I have to rely on my 4080 Super and DLSS to power through it, to literally brute force its way through it. Otherwise, it's unplayable. See, without DLSS, no chance. Mm-hmm. Absolutely none. So
that tends to be, unfortunately, what a lot of games do, which is why those guys that lost the scaling came out with their little product.
No, but these are really bad. These are a big example, Gray, that this game, like Matt knows I'm talking about, it is very unoptimized. They release it and they do very little optimization after. Like it's pretty poor, actually. It's pisser.
What? Why do not any of these people go to id Software and learn how to optimize a game? The Doom games are so highly optimized and perfect when they come out.
Maybe an Ark 2. You never know.
If it ever comes out. Jesus, it's like it delayed, isn't it? So, anyway, Mr. Matt, you have some news as well. And your news, I'm really sad about this because I was wanting to play this.
I am. Yeah, and I thought everybody probably knew this because I didn't, because I was looking forward to this, and I was like, I'm not going to follow this up because I'm going to love it. So it's going to be amazing. So this is The Division Heartlands, which has been cancelled after so much work that they put through. And at the time of when they were doing the layoffs, they decided that they're not going to do that, and they're just going to throw the money to their subcontractors, I guess we can call them. But yeah, I was really looking forward to having that.
Did it say why?
Yeah.
Did it say why?
Just down to the the issues where they were cutting staff down.
Oh Christ! Really?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Did they say how much they finished of it? Have they done a Batgirl and basically finished it and decided not to release it?
Pretty much. Yeah. By the way, looks of what I saw in the news,
I'll give them a $5 for it.
Exactly. Yeah. Just release it anyway if it's already there. But
I'm a Division fan, so when I heard that, I'm going like, really?
I was. Listen, I think I speak for all of us, or certainly Gray and I. We don't like mobile games. When I'm on the go, I live in town for a purpose, so I don't have to commute, so I don't have the opportunity to play them. I would rather play games at home, and the odd time I'm going away from for work in a different city or something, I won't game that often, or I'll have a controller on my phone, or I'll take something else with me. I don't game on the go, so I wouldn't play games like this, but I would consider that because that sounds like great fun.
That was good, and that was. Oh, I was looking forward to it. It looked great. It had a great storyline. The features that they had looked really amazing. I was.
Why would you? You've more or less finished it, and you're not releasing it. It's madness.
I was surprised, Matt, when you were saying 3 years after its reveal. I didn't realize it took that long.
Exactly. Yeah. Even I was quite shocked with the time as well. Yeah.
Well, just before Matt, you go into Star Wars Outlaw, let me throw my thing, which really ties into what Matt was saying.
Please
and I picked up on an article that basically said Ubisoft investor wants to dethrone Ubisoft's founders so Ubisoft can lay more developers off. Now, that sounds pretty harsh, but what's going on is that Ubisoft's stock has tanked by 50%. And when a stock tanks, 5% is bad, 10% is really bad, 50% is, yeah, okay. So these investors who are they're minority investors, but they have a lot of clout because they own a lot of the shares or whatever. And don't ask me how that works out; it's kind of weird. But anyway, they're actually going to court, and they're actually trying to force either them to go into privacy, so no more public, and or to basically knock out some of the people that are running the company, the original founders, the I'm not pronouncing this right, the Guillemot brothers and Tencent, and they're thinking they want to actually get them out of the business of Ubisoft so that they can fix the company and move it on forward. So they're really, really PO'd. And I don't blame them because, they got a lot of investment into this thing and it's not happening. And Ubisoft's been having, where they used to not have problems, they have problems left and right. I mean, the games that are coming out should be better.
Yeah.
I mean, the last game they had was Assassin's Creed Mirage. They've had trouble with Outlaws, Star Wars Outlaws. They've had trouble with other games that are coming up, controversy, all this stuff, and the stock plummeting, and then they really, really, really were disappointed with Star Wars. They thought Star Wars was going to be another Assassin's Creed moneymaker, and it didn't turn out.
Well, it would have been if it wasn't a janky piece of. We'll get to that in a moment, won't we?
Right. So I just want to throw that in there. So there's some things going on at Ubisoft.
Yeah.
But anyway, go ahead, Matt, you want to finish?
Why did you not give your news thing on Ubisoft? Do you wait until Matt does his thing first?
Because Matt was talking about what was going on with Ubisoft.
Yeah, so it kind of linked.
Okay.
You got to follow the link, innit? Yeah.
In it, bro.
I knew where he was going. With it.
Go for it, Matt.
Yeah. So, I'm still playing Star Wars Outlaws. I decided not to just give up. I know, I need a medal for this. Have we got a Medal of Honor for doing that?
You get a pay rise.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we don't
Purple
pay
ballot.
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You get a cookie.
You get a cookie. Oh, no.
That's on the website. Yeah.
Matt's taking it on the chin for the whole podcast, man. So there you go.
Pretty much. Yeah. Oh, and yeah. they've done a few patches.
Okay.
And updates, which has done sweet FA. Can I say FA? Just did. Anyway, there we go. I don't see any difference at all with it. I mean, it plays a little bit better. It doesn't crash as much. Graphically, scenery looks a bit better. They've got rid of the, where your GPU will come up with the VRAM and you can see how much you can limit and the settings. They got rid of that again. That's gone. So you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, so you don't know where you are. They don't want you to know how it is.
Yeah.
Characters visually are still absolute rubbish. You get now and then you get like little instances where they look really good. You're like, oh yeah, I've got the graphics set up nicely. Awesome. I'll continue. You go walk 2 steps and then it's back to being shite again. Which is shame. But yeah, I'm just like following the storyline through. I'm not really bothered about anything else. I just want to get done. So I am getting my money's worth of the £14 subscription thingamajobbies.
I was watching you play on when you were streaming it, and one thing that Matt pointed out, and he was right. He was sitting there going through like different towns and areas, or maybe space docks and stuff. And it seemed like he was the only one. Everywhere he would go, there might be a couple people in the distance, but nobody was doing anything. They weren't coming out to him. They weren't milling about. They weren't walking around. It was just Matt.
Very stagnant, wasn't it? Yeah, absolutely.
That was terrible. It didn't make any sense. It's
yeah. Even now that like the troopers and all that stuff, they just don't really do much. They'll just walk around. When you bump into them, they'll say something, but that's it. You don't see, like I'm on Tatooine now, you don't see stormtroopers rolling around trying to find droids or taking control of anything. It's in the middle of this rebellion. You'd expect some sort of upheaval within certain cities and towns. But, that's what happens with guerrilla warfare. things would be happening. But here it's just absolutely dead. You're like, why are you here? There's nothing there. I've only seen one ATST, which you can't do anything with.
That sounds way too similar to something else. Carry on.
Yeah, it does too. Yeah, that's probably the same thing.
Yeah, I was telling that. I was looking forward to getting. I thought we were going to be able to jump into an AT-AT.
Absolutely,
and
yeah.
with an AT-AT. You can't do anything.
Yeah. Nothing at all. The ships that you get, they're very, very much the same. You know, with the pirates, they have the same crap ship. Even though there's wars going on, they should be able to salvage TIE fighters, X-wings, A-wings. You see them now and then in like the back scenery, you know, broken up. Do something with them, you know, but they're not doing anything. You can't really interact with any character at all. The ones that you do, it's just the same verbal nonsense.
It almost seems like a rush job that they did.
It does.
From what I read, I heard that these investors that are mad, they claim, I'm assuming they know, but they claim that the game came out way before it should have. So,
to be honest,
that would make sense because Star Wars is a massive franchise. Ubisoft's supposed to be a massive set of studios. You think the game would be a lot more polished. Well, I don't know if Matt, you had a chance, and I'll totally not put you on the spot here. I added a little cheeky link in for him in his Star Wars news because I found it out and I thought it'd be relevant, just like Gray did for Matt. And it was about the problems it's got in the patches that came out for it. We are on, last I checked, patch 9. 9 people.
Really?
That says it all. 9. We're almost in double figures. Jesus.
It hasn't even been out that long.
You wouldn't even,
exactly. It's not really fixed anything.
You would expect half of those patches within the lifetime of a game at the worst, but
so basically, since it came out like August 30th, that's almost a patch a day.
It is a patch a day.
Wow.
Sorry. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
No idea. Is it?
I mean, and having like with the things that are going on, you know, you got people with other land speeder bikes, what have you, and you can't even do anything with them. You know, it's ridiculous. It's like I was shooting a bunch of people near their bike speeder bike, and it blows up and it just pushes them away. Sort of thing. It doesn't kill them or anything with the explosion. You know, like,
interesting.
It pushes them away.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, you can't jump on the speeder.
Have you tried to run them over in the speeder?
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Yeah.
Oh man, come on.
Exactly. It's ridiculous. You can't shoot willy-nilly from a speeder like you would in any universe. You'd be able to do that. And here, no, you have to wait until you're shot 1,000,000 times, rammed 12 times, and then you get your little highlighted symbol that says, "Oh, press these 2 buttons to get the shooty thing going," and then you have to highlight your enemies and then shoot them. And if you don't do them in a certain amount of time, then it's a waste, and then you have to wait to get shot 1,000,000 times again. With this crap, sound is a bit nonsense. I could do better, definitely. Pew. There you go.
And I've heard you do better. So
yeah,
that's true.
Pew.
We do better on our soundboard.
Yeah. I think the only highlight of it was going to Jabba's palace, which is not out on the sticks like it is in the movies. You can't see Skywalker's little farm. So,
do you see Princess Leia not wear much clothing?
No.
That was my favorite scene.
We did see something though. We did we snuck around and saw Boba Fett.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that in your stream.
We did that.
Yeah.
I mean, technically they weren't chatting. They were just looking at this.
Sure, it wasn't Mando. Right?
They weren't doing anything.
Well, could have been Mando.
No, definitely.
No, because it's got that little thing that pops over his shoulder. No, it wasn't Mando.
Yeah, you got the red and the green. Come on, man, you should know your colours now.
We're Star Trek guys, so no.
So, true. But so
Mando's all nice and shiny. He's got all the shiny.
Yeah. He does like a bit shiny. Yeah. So then going on a bit further across, you end up in a trap. typical Jabba stuff, and then you meet Jabba, which is quite nice.
Go on, do it then. Who's doing it for us? The impression.
Come on. Do it.
Gray.
Ho, 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 ho.
I feel like I'm in the film Airport. Everybody just.
Oh, that's going to be a clip. That's the first clip that's going out. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah.
So in other words, Matt, this is not the game you're looking for.
These are definitely not the games we're looking for at all.
Great, you're the clip guy. You're the clip guy. I hope you've written down an hour and 20 into the stream. Because you'll have to do it old school now. Right, okay, so don't play Star Wars.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So eventually, further on, when we do fall in this trap, we do actually see Han Solo frozen.
Oh, and Corbomite?
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
See him on the wall, and it's brilliant. Few seconds of niceness there, like, oh my goodness, we actually have an actual timeline of when this is going on, and where everything should be all in chaos and mayhem.
You weren't able to walk up to him, were you?
No, not at all. No, I was dropped down into the pits.
That in game. That'd have been cool.
Yeah.
Like a scene where you just get to walk up for a second, like, okay, move along.
Yeah. So Jabba has a heck of a lot of Rancors in his palace, by the looks of it. Cool. Because we take one and we're fighting one, and then the game crashed. Of course, we go, another crash. Yay!
That's because the Rancors were a little bit too hard to for the GPU.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely. Yeah, so there you go. I've been playing that and trying to get it to the end at least. But yeah, it's a bit of sad work right there. But it makes me feel like I want to go back to Star Wars Galaxies that they're remaking.
Oh, really?
There's so much more going on there.
Did they? I don't know. I didn't notice they had enough side missions going on in Outlaws, right? Or
there's a few. You can stick around and do a few, but I'm just so bored of them.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm just like, geez, I'd rather comb my beard, see what I find. Ooh,
you notice he had to clean that.
More treasure. Yeah, I did it so. But yeah, there you go, Outlaws.
Yeah.
Get into my original review of shiteness of No Man's Sky. You've No Man's Sky is better. There you go.
Star Truckers, Matt.
Star Truckers. Oh yeah, Star Truckers.
I'm glad I noticed.
Yeah. I thought it was done.
No, you've got Star Truckers down here.
I do. So Star Truckers, I played a bit of that when the kid was around because I was trying to get him into it because I thought it'd be quite fun. He was like, nah. Put me back onto Freddy's Nights of What's It. So I was like,
yeah.
Puppy's Playtime. That was it. So this is the pretty good game where you're, instead of doing Euro Truck Simulator style, you're doing this in space, but they've kind of based it on the old movie of Space Truckers.
There's a movie called Space Truckers. Wow.
Yeah, back, is it 80s, 90s? 90s, I think it is. Yeah, that starred Dennis Hopper and Stefan Dorff.
1996, actually.
96, there you go, 90s. Yeah, everyone must have seen that. So it takes, they were trying to take stuff out of there, sort of thing. So I was playing it. It seems quite good. It was fun. I've only played a little bit of it, to be honest. I've done quite a few. So visually, it was quite good. I liked it. Seeing this truck in space that is kind of hard to drive.
That's because it's a truck.
It is pretty much, yeah. True indeed. It's very old school sci-fi style, with the spaceships that look kind of like trucks and other type things. You do have the use of a CB radio, which is quite nice to do your 10-4 and rubber ducky. Are you there? But it is limited on where you can use it, which is a shame.
That was. Do you not remember Austin Powers 3 Gold Member? And he's talking to Gold Member and he's pretending he's a taxi driver and he's like, I'm entering your mouth now, over, rubber ducky, come in. Or something along those lines. He was pretending it was a taxi service, man. So when you said rubber ducky, that just brought back memories. Matt, I saw.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
I saw a trailer of this, and I watched a little bit on the stream of someone playing Star Truckers on purpose by design, and I thought it was batshit crazy in a good way. I'm seeing a truck like with a horn and everything on it. I'm like, well, in space, don't get sound. But anyway, we'll ignore that. And it's a proper truck. It's not even designed to be a ship. It's a truck with little boosters on the side and whatnot. And you have to, if you want to go from system to system, you have to go through these like jump gate things. And this guy was watching run out of fuel. Like, and then in any game like that, when you run out of fuel, you have to call up and you have to get towed, and it costs you a lot of money. But there's an option. He couldn't find this option. There was no option. He was literally stuck. He had to go and reload a game. That is a design flaw, man. Like, make the player pay for it, but not pay for it. And he completely ran out of fuel. And because he ran out of fuel in the equivalent of a space lane, there's trucks behind them backing up, going, mate, honking their horn. And I'm like, just go round them. You can't go around them, really? Are you stuck in that lane? I don't know enough about it.
It's a space lane.
That's it.
It looked like great fun, though. It looked, but then I'm hearing issues of it. It's a bit janky, though. Is that true?
I didn't find it janky at all. It ran quite smoothly. I won't say anything about my driving skills or anything. Trying to get there. So far, I haven't run out of fuel. I am very, very close to, and I think that's when I stopped playing. I was like, maybe just, if I don't know I'm running out of fuel, I ain't gonna bother.
Keep spare.
Yeah.
So would you say in this game? Would you say in this game that in space no one can hear you truck?
Oh God!
They might hear you scream.
Oh, they hear me screaming right now inside.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's a double entendre. You can take it another way, but
yeah. Oh, hey, that's what she said. Anyway.
No, I didn't go that far. Really.
Choir. Yeah.
So that's on that's on the Game Pass, isn't it?
It's on the Game Pass. Yeah.
I'm playing then.
Yeah, dude, it's quite fun.
That could be fun for next week, boys.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll download it if you're up for it.
It would be nice if they had a co-op thing. That'd be pretty good.
I heard when you run out of gas in that game, you have to buy DLC.
Yeah.
The
DLC is having a carpet or something.
Jansen coming on a couple of comments there. He first of all, he's really lost interest in playing Outlaws now. Listen, man, I will bash Ubisoft at the best of times, but I'm a Star Trek guy over Star Wars, right? But I respect Star Wars. I watch their content. I wouldn't say I was a fan. I watch it and be pleasantly surprised by it, but definitely Star Trek first for me. But I was hoping this game would be good. I thought, because the thing is, we're not getting good Star Trek games, so I was hoping Star Wars would do that, a massive open world game that was really good. But Ubisoft are like, they're not doing themselves any favors. We touch upon the fact that their share prices went in half and it's absolutely tanking at the moment. They can't catch a break. So I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, Jansen, but I don't blame you, mate. Save your money. And he also said we lost all our views with that joke from Gray. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Cheers for that, mate.
Or maybe we gained a few. It depends how you look at it.
Yeah, with Outlaws, it makes the new episodes of Star Wars look great.
Brilliant, yeah.
So that says a lot.
Oh boy, that's one way to knock it.
Matt,
yeah.
Can we play Star Truckers together? Do you know if it's a proper multiplayer?
It's a single player game, unfortunately.
Okay, we're not playing that then next week.
Well, yeah, maybe somewhere down the line there'll be a mod. You never know, because it is quite fun.
Why would you make a game like that that's not
there's
multiplayer?
Skill trees. Yeah.
Why?
Do you know? How much does that cost normally if you didn't have the Game Pass?
Yeah. It's on Steam. I did wish list it. I may have taken it off wish list because I saw it on there.
Interesting.
Let me load it up and have it. So while that loads up, let me give you a bit more stuff on this.
Okay.
All right. Hush up, your bits new.
What?
Yeah. So you got a skill tree as well. There is a storyline, which is quite nice. It's pretty awesome listening to what's going on when things are going on. CV radio is very limited. You can only use it when you're doing a mission where it needs it or there's something happening, which is a bit of a shame. You got skills. There is kinda in certain places. There's what's it? Dual carriageway, space lanes sort of thing going on as well. Yeah. So it's quite nice. What else is there? Where did I get to?
So they have star bike.
He's honestly always prepared, Matt. Like, don't like this.
I am normally.
He's always prepared.
Yeah. I'm still going through the joke at the moment. It's still.
Oh,
my head. That's
are you
the whole
scarred by
problem.
that joke?
There you
So
go.
yeah, me too.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. So there is you have to mend your truck when there's issues, when you run out of power for certain systems, gravity, having your hyperdrive fail, sort of things. You do have like a gas can in the back. So
Petrol can,
yeah.
mate. Petrol can.
Gas can. Sha.
You're not great. You
truckers.
can't get away with that.
Come
I
on.
was going to say, he
What
said
the
that.
hell? What was that?
10-4.
Was that you honking your horn, or did you just fart?
Yeah. Probably both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. So there is a way you can, like, it does, at the beginning it gives you a little bit to use because I had to do it. But then you do have to refill it and make sure you have enough for each journey.
Yes.
Depending what you have. With the storyline, where you're toing and froing, at the moment that I am playing, you can pick up jobs that go towards where you need to go for the next bit of your mission. So you can actually earn money on the side as well as doing the main thing until it releases you into wherever you're going.
Okay. Cargo on the thing, right?
Yeah, it's like you have this at the back.
Airlock.
You have this like graviton what do they call it?
A thingamabobber.
Tractor beam.
Tractor beam.
Which will
Tractor
hold
beam.
your cargo. Yeah, which will hold your cargo. Let me move this out of the way there. So you use that for your cargo. I think eventually under the skill tree you can actually add more to that. So you get, instead of just one cargo piece, you get another one and another one, so forth.
Again, like a truck that looks more like a train after a while.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, space train. Yeah, there you go.
Up in the next game.
Fuel's one of the. Yeah, definitely. It is kind of hard to maneuver the truck around and reverse it into where you go for jobs and all that stuff. But
It's not
it
like
is quite
Mud
weird.
Runner or whatever.
Yeah, you can soup up the truck with other things and do that sort of thing. The economy is a bit naff sort of thing, so you have to really choose your jobs really wisely. But yeah, it seems quite fun. It's got a good soundtrack to it. It's definitely into the vibes of that era. So yeah, it's definitely worth a go. I like it. Like it.
What's put me off is that I can't play it with you lovely people, and that's kind of annoying. I mean, it'd be nice to play, but I'd rather be playing Destiny 2, which we'll touch upon in a moment as to why, to rank things up and get accommodations and all that. But for a single solo player game, it does look like fun. There's just 10 million games to play.
Yeah, if you are going to buy it, it is £18.89 from Steam.
That's reasonable.
You may find it cheaper elsewhere.
Okay. Going on holiday.
Oh, really?
Fine. Right, got you. Right.
You mean
okay.
Workout? Never mind.
So,
I have a few news articles. I'll try and kind of through them quicker. I thought they were kind of relevant. Some are quicker than others.
They're really good. We got next week, and we have gaming quiz too, and all that.
Well, it's better to have too much content than not enough. Black Myth Wukong back again. Even this was dated 6 days ago, and I don't have up to date figures, but as of September 5th, they were up to 18 million copies sold in 2 weeks, which blows my mind, man. Well done, well done. Concord, take note. I had a rant about that in one of the shorts. I'm chuffed and happy for them. I really am. I would like to see these unknown, kind of lesser known developers actually coming out with hits of this. And as Gray and I discussed last week, as Matt said, BT Internet went down the tube again. I mean, it's BT, what are you expecting? We discussed that games like this should be more of a norm. It shouldn't take whatever the 8 odd rumoured years it was to make Concord. This game was made in like 3 years for a fraction of the cost, and that's the way it should be. Cheers, whoever kicked that person from the chat where he's trying to get us to buy viewers and all that good stuff. It's the usual, it's the norm, isn't it? But yeah, so I will get Black Myth Wukong at some point. There's just so many other things to play, and by the time I'm ready to play, it'll be cheaper anyway, so can't complain there.
You got Black Myth, you got Space Marines, you got, well, we did have Outlaws until we played it.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd get Space Marines
quite
yet.
pricey.
I don't know about Space Marines. I'd need to investigate it. It's the second, Space Marines 2, isn't it? So I haven't even played the first one, so I can't comment on that one yet. But hey, it's a possibility. Other things I had in the docket were Destiny 2 future plans. So I'm a fan of this. I've talked about it before. I'll probably talk about it again. Bungie let go of a lot of people. We all had rants about that in the past. Any rumours of Destiny 3 are pretty much down the pan now because they sacked too many people. There's not enough people to maintain the current game, do Marathon their next game, and do Destiny 3. So that'll be in the side burner for now. What they're planning to do, instead of doing a big DLC every year and then like having 4 seasons throughout the year with like a game pass, or not a season pass, should I say, they're going to split it into 2 mid-sized DLCs throughout the year, which I think is a good shout because it spreads it out a little bit more. They'll continue having their season pass thing, and for the foreseeable, they're going to maintain that, which is a shame, and it's good because we wanted Destiny 3. And it was supposed to be the current DLC, the final shape, was supposed to be the end of the current story arc. But that story arc's been going on for 10 years, man. So like, don't spark up another one. The game still looks and plays good, but you can slowly see it starting to age now. They need to get on to the next one. But when you sack people, Sony, Bungie, it's kind of what happens. You can't make a Destiny 3 yet. So mixed emotions with that one, boys. But I will continue playing it because, like I say, I'm really enjoying the final shape at the moment. I've been playing that when I have spare time, which is not much at the moment. I've not been gaming as much as I want to, like a lot of stuff going on. But I have been playing this DLC, and what's thrust me into the DLC even more so recently was it's the 10th anniversary of Destiny 2, as we alluded to before. Along with the future plans, they brought out some accommodations and titles you could get in the game. And one of them is of legend, right? You can be a legend, and you get a lot of these accommodations in the game. And I usually don't bother chasing them, just like I don't bother chasing trophies or any of that stuff. Or I've never been I don't have one platinum trophy on PlayStation. Never own one. Don't care about that. The people that do that, that's on you. That's up to you. I respect you if you like that. For me, you're literally having to chase the game. It turns into a job then for me, if that makes sense, boys, because you're having to, you're dying or you're reloading or you're searching for hours. It's like speed running or whatever. I don't enjoy that, so I don't chase them. But this one here, it's not as difficult to chase. There's quite a few things I need to do, and I've only got 12 days to do it. If you do it by the 24th of September and you get this accommodation and you've linked your like Steam, I play on Steam, with the Bungie website, you'll be able to buy, or ahead of everyone else, buy a special gun, which it's not real, by the way. It's called Ace of Spades. Now, if you're a Destiny fan, you'll know this gun very well. It's the gun that Cade 6 used, voiced by Nathan Fillion, and it's the hand cannon. And the hand cannon is my favourite gun in the game. I love the hand cannon. I am a bit of a sickie, a bit of a one-stop shop man myself. I take great pride in being good with the hand cannon. And this thing looks brilliant. It is a Nerf gun, to be fair. I don't care it's a Nerf gun. It's the fact that I could buy it. It's a reasonable price. It's like $50, £50, something like that. And I want to get that so that I can put that in my pride, my shelf of pride with like other things I've got over the time. I've got 12 days to do it, boys. I get your bets in with the bookies to see if I can finish it in time. I've got a lot to do though, I won't lie. And I'm supposed to be moving house at the end of the month and office at work. So
Too bad you got rid of the stream deck because you could play it while you're moving.
Yeah, there you go.
Are you? I don't know if you're muted and you're trying to talk to me, Gray. I don't know. So
no, what I was saying is, yes.
No, now you're muted. See what I've done there?
What?
Is it?
Where? You heard it.
Did you hear him, Matt?
Yeah.
Oh, it's my ear set that's gone. Oh, wait a minute. We get technical difficulties.
We can call him anything now.
I've been having...
What a Scotty.
Gray, I won't be able to just now, mate.
Bunch of haggis for him.
Yeah, still talking. I've been having technical difficulties with my ears quite a lot recently, actually. So that's going to be fun and interesting.
Ears or the earbuds?
Just your ears.
So, apologies, guys. If I wondered why I got 5 minutes of uninterrupted chatting, and that's probably why, because my technical difficulties. Yeah, I've got these things called Logitech Lightspeed earbud things, right? And they mold to your ears and whatnot.
Lightspeed, all right.
The right one has broken completely today, as in it doesn't work. So I'm getting a refund off Amazon for these. They're absolutely crap. Don't buy them, Greg. You were interested at one point. Do not get them, mate.
Yeah, I got my own.
I'm going to get the probably the Razer Hyperspeed ones. Like, they're really good. So no apologies, guys.
Lightspeed to Hyperspeed.
That's it, mate. That's it.
Yeah,
where are we talking over each other, man? Because that's going to sound really shitty.
Oh, that's not really. No.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad. That's all right. That's all right. I wasn't talking over you on purpose, and I genuinely thought I had the full run there. We'll move on.
You didn't notice.
You didn't notice. Yes, you did. I will move on from Destiny. I do love it. I could talk about it ages, but I won't do that. I found this out today or yesterday. They had a thing once upon a time called Steam Share or Steam Family Share, whatever. It had a different title back in the day. They got rid of it for a while, and we were surprised. And basically all that meant was you could go in and several people, if you gave them your login details, could play your Steam library when you were offline. Fair and reasonable.
There's a certain amount of people you can give it to. 5,
I think it was. At 5, including yourself, or
5.
something like that. Yeah. They got rid of it because they said it wasn't fit for purpose, and it wasn't. They had to properly do it. They wanted to do it. They wanted to find a way to either make money out of it or not lose money.
Yeah.
So they done this.
There was problems with it. Yeah.
It wasn't perfect. No, it wasn't perfect. That was yesterday. It was just posted. Yeah. So, it says here, Steam Families is a collection of new and existing family-related features. It replaces both Steam Family Sharing, which we had back in the day, and Steam Family View, giving you a single location to manage which games your family can access and where they can play. And the gist of it is, when you join a Steam family, you automatically gain access to shareable games. We're used to that your family members own, and they'll be able to access the shareable titles in your library. Next time you log into Steam, your new family library will appear in the left-hand column as a subsection of games list. You maintain ownership of current titles, thank God. And when you purchase a new game, it will still show up in your collection. Best of all, when you're playing a game from your family library, you will create your own save games. That's important. Earn your own Steam achievements. Yes, it was, Matt. Thank you. And have access to your own workshop files and more. So you can share games between you. And it says here as well, if your family library has multiple copies of a game, multiple members of the family can play that game at the same time, which is something you couldn't do before. Only one person could be logged in at Steam at once. So I was looking for the catch or the caveat here. I'm not finding it so far. So if you go to like Steam News or just Google it, you'll find out more about it. I don't see a caveat. There's things like parental controls in it, which there should be. I'm looking for something, Matt, that says like, oh, you need to be under the same IP or like the same household IP range. Like you do with Spotify, like you want to do family sharing, it's got to be in the same IP or same range of IPs. I don't see a caveat, man. I really don't see a caveat.
Not yet.
Yeah, there is an FAQ section. If you go to the Steam News section, I don't see anything, but if something comes up, we'll bring it out next week because Steam's very popular. Where a lot of us use it, we use it, and this could be very useful for, like, for example, Gray and his grandkids. You know, that could be an option. Matt and his kiddo, that could be an option. You know, that it'd save parents money because you can't afford multiple copies of a game now, man. It's getting ridiculously expensive. So,
I remember doing this in the past, and even though you be playing a different game, they'll be playing a game on your account, a different game, and it wouldn't let you do that because somebody else is active on your Steam.
Yeah.
Which used to be quite annoying.
One person at a time.
Another thing that pretty much. And another thing, hopefully that's done. Another thing was trying to set it up was so tedious and frustrating, long-winded, you know, because you had to log in on that person's machine with a password, do the verifications, vice versa, and you had to be there to actually do it. And it was an absolute mess.
That seems a lot better. That seems a lot better, doesn't it? It's a household of up to 6 family members, which actually beats the last count. I'm generally not seeing any catches or caveats to this. There's always got to be. I'm a cynic. I know I'm a cynic, people, but you get nothing for free in life. Sadly, is the way it is. So,
did they say anything about whether a family member's in a totally different state, country?
No, it doesn't. I'm looking through the FAQs, mate. It doesn't say it. I'm really surprised by that. Oh, wait a minute. Steam families are intended to contain your immediate family. Okay, as major life events can change who does or doesn't live in your household, it's understandable that someday you may need to join a new Steam family. Yeah, I'm sacking off my current family, going with a cooler family. Adults can leave a family anytime. However, they will need to wait 1 year from when they joined to the previous family to create a new one. It is a caveat. It's not a massive bollock for me. I mean, that's fine.
A year, though.
Yeah, but I see nothing about IP range here, Matt. So, like, normally when you do, like, the Spotify or something, it's not the same IP because your IP is... it is the same IP. Usually, you have an IP range for your household, usually, and they'll know if you're on a different IP and they won't let you connect. I don't see anything that in the FAQ. That's a caveat, but... whatever.
Well, previously, you didn't have that issue either. You could be anywhere else, you know, so they didn't have a restriction on the IP back then either. So
yeah, that's true. That's true. So
we'll test it out.
Yeah. Well, is it live right now? Yes, it's now. So Matt, next time the kiddo's over, get it tried, man. I don't know if you're. Does your kid have a separate Steam account?
We're happy, Matt, that we're part of your family.
Well,
you're the greatest brothers I've ever had. And Trev, you're the greatest sister.
Brothers from another mother. You'll have to create a new Steam account.
The youngest brother, Matt. You can be the youngest brother. I'll be the oldest. Trev will be the middle one.
You'll need to create a Steam account for your kids. Yeah, to test it out.
I think he has one.
All right. Well, there you go. Easy peasy. Right, moving on. People, I'm conscious of time as well. We might have to keep one. We've got 20 minutes still, so we're all right. So the other thing, I have to keep this short, man, because this could rant for a while, and I don't want to do that. Microsoft are cutting more jobs. More jobs, people. Microsoft, again. There's Phil Spencer's crying into his $100 notes as we speak, probably. He does claim up front, no games, devices, or experiences will be cancelled as a result of the cuts. Oh, yeah, you'll sleep better, mate.
That'll be for a week.
It's the usual bullshit. Streamlining. There was an interesting stat I wanted to read out, though, guys, that, you know, I'm part of Xbox Game Pass because it was great value. I could do the stacking thing, but I'm not a Microsoft fanboy. You can only stack if you don't have an existing membership at the moment. You'd have to let it lapse and then stack, since Xbox took over, or Microsoft took over Activision Blizzard in the $69 billion deal, they have cut more than 2,500 jobs, despite them promising No jobs will be lost as a result of this merger. Do you boys distinctly remember that?
Yes,
and they
I
said
remember that.
They said it to the who's the authorities and the trading authorities in America again? Is it FDA? Who's it? FTC, yeah. And then in the UK, it's like who's it, Matt? CMA or something like that, whatever. Yeah, they promised to the two of the biggest regulators in the world they wouldn't change that. That was a promise, right? They lied. And the thing is, they'll come up with another excuse. They'll come up with another excuse similar to financial fair play in football. You can only spend within your means in football. There's ways around that. There's like loans and stuff like that. There's ways of getting around it so they're not breaking rules. Very sneaky.
That's because they couldn't get a straight line to the bank, so they had to make room. So they got rid of a few people so they could make it.
Sack them, man. Oh, but
it's all that wider entrance.
It's all right, great. We'll read it. Listen, I'm going to read out Phil Spencer's little blurb here, right? All right. For the past year, our goal has been to minimize disruption while welcoming new teams and enable them to do their best work. As part of aligning our post-acquisition team structure and managing our business, we've made the decision to eliminate approximately 650 roles across Microsoft Gaming, mostly corporate and supporting functions to organize our business for the long term. I know this is, I'm hoping you're getting the violin music out here, boys. We can maybe put that in post. I know this is difficult news to bear. We're deeply grateful for the contributions of our colleagues who are learning that they're impacted in the US. We're supporting them with exit packages that include severance, extended. Are you taking a note of the clip here so you can actually put in violin music, Ray?
Yeah. Well, I'm playing the soundtrack to Outlaws.
Well, that'll be genius when we do a clip. When supporting them with exit packages include severance, extended healthcare, and outplacement services to help with their transition outside the US. Packages will differ. Is there anything else interesting in there? There is more. I won't read out all of it, but that's pretty much the sad sob story stuff. It's kind of disgusting. Basically, since January, Microsoft's head of gaming announced in January, it was January this year, 1,900 staff would be laid off. So this year alone, they've managed to do the 2,500 job cuts. In fact, it's more than that. That is disgusting, man. I'm sorry, guys. Like, you've got to have an efficient, streamlined business. I get it, but it's piss poor planning from you guys if you're hiring as many people in as you are in advance to then have to let them go a couple or a few years down the line. Like you're Microsoft, you can't plan better. You can't find other roles and jobs that they can do. You're one of the richest companies in the world. And I'm not saying it's an excuse to waste money. Yes, you should be efficient, but you got to do better, man. People's livelihoods. You give them a couple of months payoff and you sleep better? Nah, it doesn't sit right.
Games and put them on Windows 12.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but they'll hire more
full
people. They'll hire more people and they'll let them off. What is this? The news followed a year on from Microsoft's previous round layoffs, which partially affected its gaming teams. In January 2023, it confirmed this is it. I remember this now. Confirmed plans to lay off approximately 10,000 employees, or 4.5% of its 220,000 person workforce. Oh my God. The amount of jobs they have sacked, man. I'll move on, boys, because I'll get angry, man. I'll get angry. The last thing, really quick from me, this might be useful. The mighty Cyberpunk has brought out another patch, which isn't a bad thing. The game that keeps giving. It is the latest patch 2.13 on PC, adding AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution 3 support with its frame generation. We love to see it, boys. We love to see it. Keep adding in all the bells and whistles. And another patch that's coming out, which I'll let Gray add upon in a moment, is another patch for Baldur's Gate 3, which is not a bad thing because it's mods and all that kind of thing. And I think I mentioned this before about GTA 6 probably not running 60 FPS in the PS5 Pro, which is hilarious. Lol. But yeah, Mr. Gray, mod corner from you, starting off with Baldur's Gate 3. That's a nice transition.
Yep. I had mentioned, I think a week or two ago, that Larian was going to come out with a Baldur's Gate mod tool set so that people could more easily make mods and make them better. despite the fact that they came out with that just a couple days ago, along with the patch, there was already loads of mods going on, and they're saying that basically in the 4 days they've been downloaded 5.5 million times.
Yeah.
So that tells you right there. Again, that's part of the reason why I'm doing Mod Corner, because it's very popular, and just getting more so as we go along. The funny thing though is most of the majority of those mods that were downloaded weren't even the mods that were made with the kit, with the mod kit. Those are previous mods. So now that the kit's out, the good thing about it is you're going to see different, new versions of some of these popular mods that they'll be able to improve upon them. And anything new, I mean, anytime a company comes out with a mod kit, there's all kinds of cool things you can do, essentially. So you're going to see a lot more of these mods coming out. And if you want to take a look at them, mod.io is the one that's handling the Baldur's Gate 3 mods. So you can check it out there. As far as the patch, which was also released at the same time, patch number 7, it's 11.6 gigabytes. From what I understand is that this is the last patch that they're going to put in this game, because Larian is getting ready to move on to other stuff. And if you didn't already know this, Larian is not going to do a sequel.
Someone else might, though.
Well, somebody else will do it. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
But they did approach Larian about making it, because Larian did such a good job on the game that they wanted them, and they said, "Man, that's not us. We want to move on to something."
Who
else.
owns the IP? Is it them or is it someone else? Would they sell it off to someone else,
No,
or
it's
what?
not them. It's not Larian. Larian was hired as a subcontractor essentially to do the whole game. Their games are Divinity 1 and 2,
Got you.
etc. And so they really know the genre and they know how to do it. So that's why they were hired for this.
Who owns
And
it?
obviously a smart move, because the game's done quite well and probably will continue to do quite well.
Baldur's Gate 3.
So in this particular mod, apparently people were wanting to have what they call evil endings for their players. And they've been asking for it for a long time. So they've added the evil endings. There's 13 that includes cinematics. So this is like major stuff. It's not just a patch. It's really just new junk going in. So there's going to be unique endings for origin characters that weren't there before. Good thing I waited before I played the whole game, right?
Yeah.
The editor is a separate app that can be downloaded via Steam. One of the things I thought was very interesting, if anybody out there ever even thought about wanting to maybe try their hand at creating a mod, it's definitely easier. I'm not gonna say it's easy. It's easier when you have a mod kit, but mod.io offers tutorials and guides on how to build mods using the mod kit, which is really interesting, because I've never seen anybody do that before. So I've got to go check out what this is all about. Maybe I'll make a mod now.
I'll wait till I finish my honors degree. And then
Great.
I might have a go then.
I just quickly checked. They do own it. They are the developer and the publisher. So I think what they'll probably do is, they'll probably sublease the rights to someone else to make. I think they alluded to that. They don't want to make it because they want to do other things. And a lot of companies will stop. They won't even sublease it. But I think they're willing to do it because they love the franchise, but they just want to try something else, which I respect.
They're always
absolutely
around, but I'll have to check that. You sure? Because Larian,
it says developer and publisher, so it must be.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they own the IP.
Probably not,
necessarily.
But I'll check. It's on sale at the moment as well, by the way, guys. 20% off on Steam, I believe.
Not bad. I mean, that's a game that's worth it, because you have so much involved in that game, and now there's so much more. And remember, people out there, these mods are free. There's rarely a mod that costs any money, if ever. So the amazing thing is that these mods are free, just as long as you know how to download them. Oh, the other thing I heard was on this patch, they also put in a built-in mod manager. It is much easier to mess with mods with a mod manager. Nexus has a mod manager. Apparently, Mod.io will have a mod manager for this, and it's so much easier and so much simpler.
Great.
Basically, it'll install it for you, and you can uncheck and check whatever you want.
Sorry, you were right, mate. You were right. Wizards of the Coast, and I'm not making this up. Wizards of the Coast is the owner of the Dungeons and Dragons IP, which the Baldur's Gate series is based on. So they own it, but they don't make video games. So they lease it out to different people. So that makes sense. I take that back. Sorry.
That's okay. Their smartest move was to get Larian to do it. And believe me, they're highly disappointed, not in a bad way, that Larian won't do the sequel. So it's going to be, how do you live up to a game that they did so well?
I would love to play this, Gray. I would love it. I look at it, I see the quality in it. It looks stunning. It plays well. It's just, I don't like that type of game. I've never liked turn-based games. I want to love it. I genuinely want to love it, but I can't. I can't.
I don't do time-based games. I can't do it either. It just takes it out. No, I want real time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I may be wrong about this, but I heard that it's not 100% turn-based. You can do some things, but it's not. It's mostly turn-based. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I like the turn-based. I played. I didn't finish it, Divinity 2, but I did play a lot of it, and I did enjoy it. But the one thing that I noticed, even with Divinity, as I see here with Baldur's Gate, I'm kind of happy I waited, because so much stuff went into the game that was never there before, including this patch. That I now, if I get into it, which I probably will, now I can really pick and choose, see what mods I want. I got the benefit of all the patches, so I'll probably engage. And like, I'll give you, for instance, on Divinity 2, I think it was, or it might have been Divinity 1. When I was playing it, a lot of the characters didn't have voices. It was just, printing it at the bottom, and you had to read it, but the characters didn't have any voice. Some of them. So what did they do? They put a patch in which gave them all voices, and I'm sitting there going like, "Oh, what did you do that for? I'm halfway through the game, and now you're dropping the voices in." So I'd rather wait and see if they're going to do things like that, and then just play it and go like, "Okay, now we're talking." Get it?
Oh, it was 20% off. It's not anymore. Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's now 50. Was it just under 50 quid?
Oh, I can get it a lot cheaper than that, just for reasons.
Yeah, I have to go on holiday again.
I know my Steam region is not UK. That's why. I should maybe just force myself and buy it, because I get it a lot cheaper and try it. I don't think my patience would. The thing is, it's such a massive game that I want to love it. But then I used to hate old retro games, and I wanted to love it. Like Grace still hates them. I wanted to love it, and now I do love them. And now I'll have to. That was when I went down to Insomnia last time, and I was playing Vampire Survivors on Nick's PC, and that got me loving it again. I don't know where it came from, and now we're like retro games again. So maybe I'll give it a try.
Give it a try. Yeah, I know. I definitely can't, because I just haven't got the patience for time. Yeah. I just want to, do it now.
Do you play the Civ games, Matt?
I used to play Civs back in the day.
Civilization.
That used to be, yeah, that was, and that's what got me annoyed about it. And then I went on to a different one. What was it? Was it Age? Was it the Age franchise? I think it was one of them. That was just real turn
in some turn-based games, and I don't know about Baldur's Gate, to be honest. But in Civ, you're allowed to take the character and run the character up adjacent to the enemy and command it to attack, and it does it all in one move. So it's turn-based, but it adds on a little bit of extra. Whereas strict turn-based is like, go here.
Yeah, you got a certain amount of points.
To run up and basically attack, and it's almost like doing two moves in one.
Yeah.
So it adds a little bit more excitement, because then the little.
It was a bit better, yeah, because certain characters or pieces would have certain amounts of moves.
Right.
I think the caravan could go quite a lot, couldn't it?
Yes.
The distance. And then the
animation is great, because the horses are running across, but
that's right.
Real when they run, do stuff.
And the boats.
And the game doesn't do well every time they put one out for no reason. So,
full price, I could get Baldur's Gate free for £16.50. And that's before it goes on sale in my region. That's all I'll say. Gray, apologies. You finished that mod corner section, haven't you, mate? You just to double check. Yeah. We do have time, nicely, conveniently, segue for the famous, not world famous lore quiz, but the next best thing, the Extreme Gaming Podcast quiz.
Nearly world famous.
Almost. UK and American famous at least. We have our usual few questions. We didn't do it last week because it was just Gray now, and he knows the answer, so it was kind of pointless. But go for it, Gray. Do your quiz, and I know the answer to the first one right off the bat.
As usual, I try to pick easy, hard, and whatever happens, happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll start out with the first question. Which game on the original NES used the Zapper gun?
Duck Hunt.
Which game?
Duck Hunter.
Yes.
Duck Hunt.
Okay. And ding, 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 you're right. Duck Hunt.
And Matt was wrong because he said he said the wrong game. He said Hunter. You lost. Oh well, 1-0 to me.
That was a bit of lisp. That was a lisp.
Yeah, that was a yeah. I heard him say duck, or maybe he said something else, but you know.
Oh dear. Okay.
Question 2. How many different races can you choose from in Warhammer Online?
I'm going to
How many
guess.
different races can you choose from in Warhammer Online?
I'm going to say 4.
I actually thought it said, okay.
4.
Okay,
I-
4 for Trev.
I read it as WoW rather than Warhammer.
Boys. Yeah.
Jansen wants to answer. We have to leave him time to answer. All right, go ahead, Jan. What do you think?
Yeah.
Put a
Don't
number in there.
do not Google it. I know you, Jansen.
Yeah, no
you get your
Google.
hands away
Yeah,
from that
share your
keyboard unless you're typing back to us.
So far, Trev says 4. Matt, you said what? Did you give it?
6.
Did you have a number? 6. Okay, 6, 4, and 6.
Right. Okay.
Let's see if Jansen wants to put a number in.
Yeah, everyone knew the first one, man.
Yeah, we don't believe you.
5. Oh God.
Right,
So-
Jansen says 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 4, 5, 6, and the winner is Matt. 6. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh.
It's a 6.
Yeah.
Oh.
There
Okay.
you go. I've done my Warhammer fam proud.
Yes.
That's it.
All right. The last question.
Find me the game now.
Company released the Turbo Express in 1990. Which company released the Turbo Express in 1990?
I'm going to guess. I've got a hunch, and that's probably wrong. I don't know why I've got a hunch. I'm going to say Activision.
Okay. And what do you think, Matt?
I don't know.
When you get to older games, it's kind of like, damn, man.
You can pass. You can pass or guess.
Well, I might as well pass. I'll get the same. No, not pass.
So your answer's pass? Oh, okay.
No. I'm gonna answer it, not pass, because it'd be the same as if I wasn't or was.
Let's see your hands, Matt. Are you typing on that keyboard?
I was doing something else.
Oh God, you don't want to see that. Trust me.
No.
Take a magnifying glass out.
Yes,
Capcom.
Oh, by the way, Jansen wants, is it a game? Yes, Turbo Express was an 8-bit handheld game.
Yeah.
No, it's a toasty making machine,
Console.
Jansen.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Turbo Express was an 8-bit handheld game console.
Yeah.
So yes, it wasn't a game actually, but it was a console.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We should have led with that, mate. I have no bloody clue now. Activision. I
wasn't
thought
gonna
we
give me too many clues. I said which company released Turbo Express.
You got
I
to
didn't
give us.
say-
Oh.
Well, now I gave you another clue.
There you go. Yeah. All right.
You're allowed to change your answer if you want.
I have no clue, mate. I have no clue.
All right, Activision. Matt says pass.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not saying Activision. They don't
Oh.
make consoles.
Jansen said
Nintendo.
NEC.
Oh.
All right. The answer is Jansen wins NEC.
Away,
Nice,
Jansen.
nice.
Away. I want to see your browser history.
makes sense.
Screenshot your browser history and send it over now, and do not delete anything.
And now deleting the cookies.
What's funny about this, when I was reading about it, it says NEC Home Electronics released in late 1990 in Japan and the United States. Do you know how much it cost in 1990?
Go on.
Remember, $1990, which would be a lot more than today, right? $249.99.
Really? Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Back
Impressive.
then, that was expensive. You could buy a
Yeah,
car
it's
for
very-
that.
Yeah.
Yes, you could.
Jeez.
Well, that is impressive.
Jansen swears he did look it up. I mean, did not look it up.
Okay.
So-
Jansen, that's fine. That's fine.
We know, Jansen.
Good. Yeah, that was interesting. That one, I would have never got that. I got 1 out of 3. I mean, I'm happy with that. I get 1. It's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we done all right there, boys. Getting everything squeezed in. Next, coming up next podcast is the winning lottery numbers,
That would
and
have been good too.
every coming next podcast, the winning lottery numbers and everyone's mum. That's what I've literally got noted down here for the next podcast.
One is real. The other one is.
We'll wrap it up there, boys. We will see you guys again next week. Please join our Discord and join us on Wednesday on Twitch if you want to watch or play some games with us. Yeah, that as well. Yeah,
play with us.
Do that. Yeah, play with us, please.
We want to be played with.
Pretty please. And maybe next week we'll be on Riverside. Maybe we won't. We'll see. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Anyway, right. Thank you, boys, as always. We'll catch you later. Take it easy, people, and catch you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Cheerio.
I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart. In my heart I have but one desire, and that one is you. No other will do.
Bye-bye.